Everything seems to be going good and perfect. You're enjoying the fruits of your hard work, and it's just too good to be true. And suddenly you have a fear that you eventually people will figure out that you don't deserve all this. It seems to be a dream, and you'll be soon awakened by that dream. And this feeling, which most of us get at certain times, has got a fancy name, and it's called the imposter syndrome. Hi guys, this is Neha, third year medical student from Bangalore. So in this video, we'll learn more about imposter syndrome and how to deal with it. Imposter syndrome in simple words is having self-doubt and doubting our own capabilities. According to American Psychological Association, imposter syndrome usually occurs in high achievers who are unable to internalize their success, and as a result they often attribute their success to various external factors like luck or any other factors. I'm sure we must have faced this feeling in certain situations when we are extremely happy, we are on cloud 9, and suddenly we have a fear that this is all a dream and someone will come and wake us up now. Isn't it? So how does this imposter syndrome harm us anyway? First is we start developing self-doubt, which increases over time, and it can be counterproductive at times. We start losing self-confidence, and we face an unknown resistance in our daily life where each and every small activities that we perform, we tend to take a step back, and we tend to avoid even taking small risks in life. And also we start pushing our limits, which is not always healthy physically as well as mentally. Only these short-term consequences, but in the long term it can have severe consequences in certain individuals like guilt, depression, anxiety, and we are constantly striving ourselves to become a better version, but yet a feeling of worthlessness, which is the worst feeling ever. Factors which are thought to contribute to the imposter syndrome in young children or in young adults is societal pressure or family pressure, or like facing excessive criticism in our daily life. It may be from peers or from family itself. It can lead to a feeling of as if you are an imposter sitting in that particular situation, and you feel that something is not right about yours. It is also sometimes seen in people who embark on new journeys, new endeavors, and who start new career paths or anything like that, where they face new challenges, and they are often criticized by their seniors or others. So they start developing this feeling of worthlessness, even though they are working hard towards becoming better version. So this often leads to two consequences. Either they procrastinate for the fear of not getting perfect results, for the fear of not being perfect, or they over prepare, and we tend to hustle hard just in order to prove others that we are capable of where we are, which is not necessarily always healthy. Stephen Barley, in one of his conversations with Ali Abdal regarding imposter syndrome, says that every human that has ever walked the earth, that has made progress, has made it by keeping one marginal step outside their zone of comfort. And this is so true, because imposter syndrome is something that we tend to face normally when we tend to move out of our comfort zone, but not moving out of the comfort zone for the fear of facing this imposter syndrome is absolutely not okay. It's always a good idea to take a step out of your comfort zone, acknowledge your feelings, how you're feeling, and convince yourself that there is absolutely no reason to stress for things that are out of your control. And for things that are within your control, you can always change them, or you can always work towards making them better. Well, there was this TED talk where one of the high achiever who was nominated for a prestigious award, he starts facing this feeling of imposter syndrome in his award ceremony, and he is extremely worried, anxious, and he wants to share his feeling with someone, and then he just strikes a conversation with one of the person who was sitting beside him, and that person, who was very aged and who seemed to be very calm from outside, had the exact same feeling of imposter syndrome even after achieving so much in life. So the take home message is, no matter how much you achieve, no matter how much you accomplish, no matter how many milestones you reach, this feeling of imposter syndrome is not going to go away. You have to convince yourself that it's okay to feel like that, and what you perceive can be different from reality. So, how to actually deal with this feeling? First of all, acknowledge your feelings. Talk to someone close to you, talk to your mentor, well wisher, or just journal your feelings out in a diary or a journal. It can help a lot. Believing a strong sense of self-doubt, then challenge your beliefs and convince yourself that you are capable of where you are. You deserve what you have and what respect you get and all the good things. I'm sure you can get at least 2 to 3 points in favor of proving your capabilities to yourself, not to anyone else. This is for getting rid of the self-doubt and not to prove to anyone else that you are capable enough. Recognize the things that you are good at and understand that no one can do it all. You may be good in certain area of expertise and your friend may be good in some other area. So there's no point in stressing over that you are not good in the other area which your friend is good at. You want to learn a new thing, that's totally okay. But just learning for the sake of competing with others and having that feeling of I want to learn it all, I want to do it all, that is totally not healthy. So refrain from taking undue pressure on things that you don't have control over. Point is, never ever fall into the trap of comparison. As I've said in my previous videos, it is a vicious cycle and it drains your energy and fills you with all the negative thoughts, which is totally unnecessary. Next thing is, don't highlight your flaws in front of others. It's okay, embrace your imperfections, but there is no need to take the feeling of self-guilt and highlighting your flaws and making yourself feel inferior to others. It's okay to take credit for work that you have actually done and which you actually deserve. There's no need to feel ashamed in taking credit of your work unless you're not boasting about it. There's this beautiful lines regarding the feeling of imposter syndrome which I would like to share it. You feel like an imposter because you can see and appreciate all the goodness in people around you. Because you are passionate to learn more. You have a thirst for learning new things, new experiences and thriving for being better. It was said by Louis Curtis in one of his TED Talks and it's so true, so amazing. I'm sure it can make a lot of mindset change when we internalize this fact and make this mindset shift, because it's such a positive thing and it tends to fill us with a lot of self-confidence. It tends to highlight that the goodness in us rather than making us feeling like an imposter in the world around us. So I hope you enjoyed this short video regarding imposter syndrome and small tips to deal with it. If you find some value in this video, don't forget to share it with the loved ones who might find it useful as well. See you in my next video. Till then, take care.